Hey, it's John at Tinderbox Arts. So I'm always trying to encourage people to do as much of their own maintenance as they can. And so this video is part of that. And it's also kind of a warning or reminder to some people about something. So we're going to be looking at the air filter, which is really not a big deal to change. I'll show you how to do it very easily. But the reminder is that even experienced mechanics sometimes forget when you have a bike in storage, and a lot of us have to, put a bike up during the winter time because it's just not a good time to ride. You have an opportunity for mice to get into a bike. And if you're storing your bike in a garage or a shed or something like that, there's almost certainly mice around. And very often they tend to seek areas where it's warmer or just a cozy place to build a nest. And it's not uncommon to find a mouse nest built inside an air filter. They get inside, they crawl around, they get inside, look for a place that's cozy and warm. They get in the air box and they find their way in there. So it is a good idea to check your air filter anyway. But one thing I advise for people who store their bike over wintertime is just pop the cover off, take a look at the air filter, make sure there isn't a mouse nest in there, because I have seen that. All right, so this particular bike is a 2010 Bonneville, but a lot of the modern classics are going to look very similar to this. The T100s, the Thruxtons, the Scramblers even. So a lot of them are going to be very similar. So you can have a cover right here by the seat. There's going to be a screw under here. You may need to use an Allen wrench to get this loose, but mine I could do with my finger. Pull that out. Pull this cover off. Let me just put this aside here. And then right here is the area where the, let me point the camera down a little bit, is where the air enters the air box, okay? So it's very easy to get at. There's three bolts here. We'll get out. This wiring can be taken off pretty easily. It's kind of in the way. So basically all these devices here have a little tab that they slide up. So if I just pull up, you can see there's just a little rubber thing right here, and it slides over this tab. So easy to take off. So just to get it out of the way, you can do that. And this is a starter solenoid. That one's on there a little better here. So you can just get that out of the way. All right. I've had this out previously. Sometimes this cable here may go through this little thing right here, but it comes right out. All right. So now we've exposed these bolts. It's just an 8mm head on this, and you could use a socket or you can use a driver like this. I'm going to do this one first just so I don't lose that little cable management thing. Put that aside. And once you get this, once you get this last bolt out, where is it? There we go. This little cover just peels off, and then it'll expose the air filter. And it just comes out like that, okay? And I don't see a mouse nest. I do see some bugs and stuff in there. Now this cover has this little rubber thing in here, so when you pull it out, you got to watch that. And then the filter itself just slides out. All right. And there's the filter. The inside is where you're going to be looking for a mouse nest or dirt or anything like that. Now this one is pretty dirty, and honestly I should probably get near replacing it here. I got to check how many miles are on it, but I do see some dirt buildup. But what you can do is use compressed air if you have it to blow. In this case, you'll blow this side and towards the inside, and it'll blow out any dirt that's in there. If you look through the sides here, the sunlight can show through, and you can see how filthy it really is. And then I also check the inside air box here just to make sure there aren't any cracks that would let air in, or anywhere the air is getting in besides through this filter. You don't want to see that, but otherwise this looks in good shape. And then once you get the new filter, you just insert it back in, put everything back together, and you're done. So really quick check here, not difficult to do. Anybody can do this. You don't need to be a mechanic to do something like this. And I just think it's a good idea after a winter time or any time that it's been sitting in storage, just to check that there aren't any mice or spiders or anything that's built a nest in there that would clog up the filter.